All right, here we go, guys. After that little intro piece, I just recorded another 9 minutes worth of video just for you, all about telling you all about dehydrating cherry tomatoes at home. So as I filled my trays right here, aren't they pretty? You like that? So, but then I got through and I had nothing. So I'm not sure what I did. So I'll just talk you through what I just talked you through, and we'll see if this one works out. So here we go. I know that as I talk up because the camera's way up there. Anyway, because I'm trying to get everything here. I do have a couple more tomatoes. All right, so enough of my mess up, but life goes on. All right, what I was saying, what I told you, it was really good. It was good. It was much better than what this is. But anyway, I wound up getting a great deal on some cherry tomatoes, and that's all I have left after I did the whole. This was full, but anyway, and there's no way I could eat all those. And I'm the only one that really likes tomatoes in the house right now because John's off at work. He'll be home later in the month. But tomatoes don't last that long. So what I decided to do, since it was a smaller amount, and I'm not gonna can, I decided to dehydrate because I love dried tomatoes. I don't know about you guys, but I think they're a wonderful snack. They're great in salads. They're good on pizza, focaccia, different things. I just like them, and I just like to. I'll just eat a dried tomato. And you know the difference between a sun-dried tomato and a dehydrated tomato? The sun. It's the same because as you take out the moisture, it intensifies the sugars, the flavor. Anyway, so it's a very simple project. And if you don't have a food dehydrator, you can use your oven. And I don't have an expensive dehydrator. I think I got this back when, we were all locked up. And Hamilton Beach, I think. I don't know. I don't get nothing. So, but it was less than $30. I know that off of Amazon. But all you have to do is take your cherry tomatoes, slice them in half, like so. Serrated knife works best. Once they're sliced in half, put them in your dehydrator, cut side up. Now, if you don't have a dehydrator, you can use your oven. Oven's super easy. Get your baking sheet, and I would put parchment down. That's just me. Put it down and do the same thing. Slice them in half, cut side up. Food dehydrator, about 135 is where it's a sweet spot for me, but your dehydrator, you know it best. Follow the instructions in your manual. I'm sure they'll tell you what temperature for what thing. Anyway, use your dehydrator. If it's in the oven, put it on the lowest setting you have. It should be around 130, but just put it on the lowest setting, and if you need to crack the door open to let some of the heat out, you do that. And let it go for start with 10 hours, 9-10 hours. Start checking them, and once they're dried, they're good to go. It might take you 12 hours, and it might take more than that, depending on how juicy the tomatoes are. Once they're dried, you take them out. You can put them, save them in a bag, in a jar. I like jars. Just leave them like that. Or you can pack them in oil with some good quality olive oil. You can store those in the fridge. Whatever you're comfortable with. Look it up. You can put some spices and seasoning. If you want to, you can salt these as you put them in the dryer or the oven, whichever you're using. You can do some spices, some oregano, basil, whatever, thyme, whatever makes you happy. But I just did these plain because then I can use them with anything. But yeah, it's a good thing, and it's simple, and it's not like you're having to get a canner out and you're worried. If this is like a first step to food preservation, I think. And get your toes wet. See how it works out for you. There's all kinds of things that you can dry and preserve and keep. But here's the key point. Be sure and use them. After you've gone to this work, this trouble, then use them. If you're not going to use them, don't do it. If you don't like dried tomatoes, if you don't like sun-dried tomatoes, dried tomatoes, don't waste your time. Just don't. If you see a good bargain at the store, it's not a bargain if you don't use it. And I think that's something we need to think about. It's like in your garden. plant veggies and stuff that you're gonna eat, that your family likes, that you like. Because if you're not gonna eat them, your family's not gonna eat them, and you're not sharing them with somebody else, don't waste time and space. Don't stock up on the store on pinto beans. If you don't like pinto beans, leave them there for somebody else. I don't know why I felt like sharing that, but I think some people, they get into this and they want to. It's just a thing. I grew up with grandparents that were, they stored, they preserved, they kept the pantry full, and that's just a way of life. It's not fear. It's not anything crazy. You just do that. But so many people, they get scared and they start, I've got to stock up on food. Well, they stock up on stuff that they don't eat or they don't know how to cook and they don't use. I think the first step, decide what you like, decide what you're going to use, and then go for that. Leave the other stuff for somebody else. I'm just saying. That's my thought project. So, they're filled up. I have 5 trays. I'm going in the dehydrator now. And if you're interested in how these turn out, let me know. I'll post that. But anyway, y'all have a great day and great week. Remember, you're filled full of potential. You're awesome, you're amazing, and most of all, you're loved. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.